Hello everybody, welcome back. We're going to look at Vchain. Not that it stands out more than anything else, it's just that it's something that I've been dollar cost averaging into over the last 4 weeks. I've had 2 entries so far and I might be looking for a third if we keep with this general downtrend. So let's have a little think about Bitcoin first before we think about anything else. So Bitcoin had a nice move up yesterday, rejected on the 10 exponential on the daily and the 50 exponential on the 4 hourly, which is all part of a death cross retest, which is unfortunate. But when it comes to momentum, we still maintain the bullish divergence that led to that move, and we've not made a new wick low, so I'll be looking to stay bullish, actually, believe it or not, on Bitcoin and crypto in the short term. Short term, we'll see how it goes. So long as we don't make another wick low below $64,000, basically. And in all fairness, like, there is a chance that actually we're looking for another bounce on this one today. Maybe the bounce takes us a little higher to 67, and again, same as I was saying yesterday, it's maybe up to 68. Only when we can break above those can we think about continuation up beyond higher levels. Ethereum's different, actually. Ethereum has the ability to pop sooner, believe it or not. But at the moment, it's not suggesting that it's going to. It's just going to follow Bitcoin, but the criteria for a breakout on this one is less. So all it needs to do really is reclaim and close above 3,667 today, and then over the next few days, that breakout zone will be a lot lower. It just needs to break above 3,550, so $1,000. I mean, $100 lower. When it comes to momentum and the projection of that, it's exactly the same as Bitcoin, really. As long as we don't make a new wick low, we should be good to go. And yeah, I quite like the way it looks. But again, invalidation, continuation down would be obviously seeing closures, at least wick closures below 3,400, candle body closures below 3,400. And obviously, new wick lows is not a good look for it. If we can hang around in this middle zone, really, throughout the weekend into next week, we should be looking for this to break out and go into towards that $4,000 zone. At the moment, though, as of this very moment in time, momentum is sort of like meandering. So we're up and we're down. We're basically sideways. And until we break either one of these ranges, it's just going to continue with this. And this is fine. If we can stay sideways through the weekends till Monday, the criteria for a breakout on the itchy cloud on the 4 hourly will be a lot less. And so we could actually be more or less at this price and confirm a breakout for a pump signal, for instance. So we haven't got it yet. So most altcoins are going to follow Ethereum, and so what we'll be looking for is any telltale signs on any time frames for something like Vchain. So the daily, unfortunately, no bullish divergence on the daily. So if we do keep going down further, we should by that point start building bullish divergence. This isn't an oversold RSI, but it is a relatively low. And if we come down lower, we should get a higher low. But again, until we see it, we can't assume it. The next major low on this one is going to be the 2.3 cents. So the dollar cost average for myself began at this white line, 3.2. Then basically just a little higher than where we are right now, 2.7. And the next one is going to be 2.3. Because I really want to build a position in this. There's loads of altcoins that want to build positions in, but I want to build a position in this one, a sizable one, because I believe this to be the accumulation zone, similar to how Chainlink accumulated for a long period of time. I'm pretty sure that we're looking at an enormous accumulation zone, which is around about 100% range, 1.4 to 3 cents basically. That's not uncommon to see that sort of behavior on an altcoin accumulate within a 100% range, and then once it's broken out, as we saw over here, we did break out only to get rejected on the 200 simple moving average, but a real breakout once we got above there. This is where the party starts. The party will start on the higher term time frames with candle body closures and supports above that 5 cent zone. So that's where the uptrend will really start to kick in. So if you can think about that, what that might look like, breaking above here, supports, and then over time building. You should be looking to make your way back up to 16, 20, and maybe even higher than that over time. So the idea is to build your positions in what I believe to be the accumulation zone, getting ready for, well, like I say, the big party to happen towards the end of this year into next year. There's not a great deal to say really on the daily other than a death cross, and so any bounce should get faded and probably rejected around 3.4 cents. So don't get too hopeful immediately, because if we do see a nice big rally on altcoins, which we might, it should get rejected. I don't think we're quite ready to go parabolic yet, which is why I think making educated guesses as to where major supports on Bitcoin and Ethereum, which is why we bought this last dip a couple of days ago, because we hit that 20 weekly moving average, which I think is a decent educated guess as to where the support is going to be for the market. It doesn't mean it's a low, but it is 64,100, and if we lose that, the next major dip buy is going to be 61,400. So I would look at all altcoins as just a proxy of price. So just a derivative of Bitcoin. Bitcoin should be bouncing either here or here, and if it fails to bounce at either one of these areas, the last resort is the upper $50,000 zone. So we'll have to see what happens around then. But this entire summer is exactly as predicted. We were looking for a consolidation. We're definitely getting it. And this is where we start to buy it back. This is always what happens, right? Because obviously I've been doing crypto for a while, and I've even had this YouTube for quite a few years now. And nobody wants to buy these areas. In fact, for the most part, most people don't have the money to buy because they've bought higher. And they're not going to buy low because they just they can't handle the concept of losing or seeing your investment go down, even by a fraction. Everybody has the assumption that the moment they press buy, it has to go up immediately, which is absolutely never the case. Never for anybody, ever, anywhere, right? And so, when you're talking about anything, any investment of any form, even a house, you buy the house, doesn't mean that it has to go up in value immediately. It can fluctuate all over the place. You're going to still stay in that house. You're just there's no change to you. Unless you're desperate to buy a house today and sell it tomorrow, which is completely unrealistic. The idea is you buy lower than you expect it to be in the not too distant future. We're talking like a year from now, right? Where's it going to be in a year from now? I think this is going to be trending up into the teens. I think Ethereum should be moving quite close, if not beyond its previous all-time high in a year from now, right? Not tomorrow, not this afternoon, not even next month. And so you buy these lows. Now, crypto always gets a bad rap because people buy high. They get used to higher prices because it's easier for most people to think, all right, I'm just going to buy now because it's all going up. They buy at a high price. It's already rallied. We see this all the time, actually. We saw it recently over the last few months. These parabolic charts. And I run a Patreon, right? And my Patreons, for the most part, they're all relatively keen learners, and I'm doing a stream tonight if you want to join that. But it doesn't stop me being presented with charts which are going and have gone and continue to go parabolic, and they say, what shall I do here? Well, this isn't, and I'm like, well, this is rallied like 100% in a week, Is that, that's not what I would consider anything that you should be buying. You should be buying things when they have consolidated or continuing to consolidate and showing some signs of potential reversal based on the overall market as well as their own charts. This is the problem with crypto. What's going to happen, as it always does, is that the attraction to crypto will be when it starts going parabolic again, and then the people who don't pay attention to charts will be buying into them, and that's why they go parabolic. Because people they'll go to Coinbase and they'll go wherever they need to go to buy these things, and they'll be like, oh, it's going up every day, I'm going to buy it. It's a FOMO, isn't it? The fear of missing out. The reality is that all they're doing is topping up a buff of liquidity, which is already quite close to overflowing, and then when it pops, they're stuck because they bought higher prices. We should be thinking about what it's going to be like in the future, which is the only way to really make the big money. What's it going to be like in the future? Try and predict and project where it's going to be in the future. And my my projection and prediction for something like Vchain is that this is the low area. It's a 100% range, but it's still the low area. And you should be thinking about where it's going to be in the future, which I expect to be up here. So buying down here to sell up here is how to do it. I know what's going to happen. I know what's going to happen to people. It'll be like this, and then someone's going to send me a text. I'll be getting loads of DMs, and someone will say, "Should I buy Vchain right now?" And I'll say, "Well, look, you could buy it. It might even spike like that, but you're buying here. You know, when crypto comes down, it comes down quick, as we can see. You know, is it too late to buy Vchain here? Well, it's not too late, but it's a bit risky. Is it too late to buy Vchain here? I don't know. Is it too late to buy Vchain here? I don't know." Bang! So this is what's going to happen to people, as it always does. And then they will complain, and the SEC will be like, "Oh, it's so unfair that people be..." No. People do what they want to do. You can't stop people from their behaviour. This is human behaviour, isn't it? It's human behaviour. That's why they say aping into a coin, because you're an ape. We are all apes. Just some of them are more apish than others. So look, I'm not projecting. I'm not predicting the perfect low. Absolutely not. I'm not predicting the absolute top. Absolutely not. I'm talking about an educated guess to start to build positions in an area which I consider to be accumulation for what should result in higher prices later on down the line. So this is what people don't quite get. I hope they understand it today. I'm sure you do. And if you want to join the Patreon, like I say, there's links in the description below for that, and we'll be looking at loads of altcoins tonight, stocks or whatever it is that you want me to look at. We'll be looking at all of those. But most altcoins are going to follow Ethereum. Most altcoins are going to follow the Total 2. And I've made that video about the Total 2. My projection on the Total 2 remains the same, and it will remain the same until I see something different. This is the way that the altcoin market will move when you consider time. You know, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. We're getting ready to go up, all right? Over the next few months, we are getting ready to go up. The only thing that's going to stop this or create a significant low would be a black swan, as we saw over here. This is the fractal of the last bull market. We saw a black swan, and then guess what? Bang, all the way back up. So the projection is the same. My expectations are similar, and you've got to put your money where your mouth is if you want to make money. And this is my projection on Vchain. 100% range. Get yourself stuck in if this is something that you want. If it's not, you look at another altcoin, see what that's doing. If it's got some similar kind of setup to this, then excellent. If it's not, then you have to maybe think about what it is that you're going to do with that. Anyway, like I say, maybe I'll see you tonight, maybe I won't. Either way, trade safe, but the expectation now is not so much about trading. The bigger gains are going to be from building positions that you will sell a little later down the line. That's going to be the bigger trade. And look, I have to make money, usually every few weeks just to top up the bank account, because this is my job. But my main strategy at this point now is building positions in altcoins, looking to sell them all in about between a year to about 16 months from now, and that will keep my bank account topped up probably for several years, really, just from those particular gains. Right, I'll leave it with you there. I can't get my words out. I'll leave it with you there. Thank you for watching. See you later.